Amid catastrophic wildfires worsened by climate change, Governor Gavin Newsom signed an executive order in early October asking California's natural and working lands to become a part of the climate solution.
In trying to bring innovation and conservation, innovation and agriculture, innovation and land use, innovation and species and biodiversity protections is really where we can truly separate ourselves. And that's the spirit and the construct, the architecture behind this executive order that we're advancing here today.
The order asks that these lands store and remove carbon from the atmosphere and pledges to conserve 30% of California's coastal and natural lands by the year 2030. Essentially, it asks California farms to work to become more sustainable. But what does all of that mean for California? To answer that, we need to take a step back and look at California's agricultural economy. According to the state, there are more than 70,000 farmers and ranchers based in California that grow over 400 different commodities. The state is responsible for 1/3 of the nation's vegetables and 2/3 of the nation's nuts and fruit. This all comes together to build a $50 billion industry, making California the nation's top agricultural state. Currently, California is one of 36 biodiversity hotspots in the world because of its high concentration of unique species that are experiencing threats. 40% of plant species found in California are endemic, which means that they can't be found anywhere else on Earth. So with this in mind, what does this new executive order actually ask of the ag industry? Much of that remains to be seen, as the executive order itself has very little detail. The order does bring together a number of state agencies along with Native American tribes, business, and community leaders to form a biodiversity collaborative. This collaborative is tasked with defining biodiversity, analyzing the impact of climate change on that biodiversity, inventorying current biodiversity efforts, generating new approaches to conservation, including new tools to measure it, and working with stakeholders across California to get all of that done. But the catch is that the executive order asks all of these agencies to do so with existing authorities and resources. Currently, the government has grant programs that incentivize farmers to become more sustainable. One, the Healthy Soils Program provides grants for implementing practices that sequester carbon, reduce atmospheric greenhouse gases, and improve soil health. Another, the State Water Efficiency and Enhancement Program, or SWEEP, awards grants to eligible projects that implement on-farm water irrigation systems that reduce energy use, resulting in greenhouse gas emission reductions and water savings. These programs have been successful in helping farmers move towards a more sustainable model in an economically viable way. But with the COVID-19 pandemic, the budget for these programs, along with a lot of other state spending, has been significantly cut, and more funding isn't likely to come soon. On top of that, this order comes in the aftermath of catastrophic wildfires that have already destroyed 4 million acres of land, much of which was farm and grazing land. While so far the ideas behind the executive order have been generally well accepted, climate activists, farmers, and state agencies alike are still unsure of the specifics. But the governor promises that the goal is achievable.
It's an audacious goal, and it's an achievable goal.
I'm Daniela Chaveria for the Peninsula Press.